What's up, guys? Welcome back to Let's Play Bioshock Infinite! So, we are taking the Hand of the Prophet by storm. We have boarded the airship and we're taking out everybody on board. Anyone that stands between us and the Prophet, however. Why is it always we're killing prophets in these games, or, you know, something like that in some way or another? At least we're not being labeled as demon or heretic, something like that. Although I suppose we could be. We're being labeled the false shepherd instead, which I suppose is more creative. Anyway, I'm going a little old school here. I've got the carbine, which, despite the fact that that gave me some really bad luck the last time I used it, I think will be okay for now. I'm basically just buying myself some time until I can switch over to the sniper rifle again, because, as you guys know, I've been basically swapping back and forth between the sniper rifle and the hand cannon whenever possible. So I'm just kind of using this in the interim, and it should be effective enough. Like I said, I probably should have invested into the damage increases for the carbine and maxed it out too, because I have enough money for it. I just didn't know for certain if I was going to have enough money for it, so I chose not to take the chance on it, you know what I mean? So, when I really think about this part of the game, how we are essentially going after what is considered the main antagonist of this game, Comstock, the game, how I said it shifted focus after we created that alternate version of Columbia and how the Vox Revolution started, the game stopped being about the conflict between you getting Elizabeth out of Columbia and the and Comstock and everything. It started being about something else, so you almost lost track of that for a while, especially when all that stuff was going on, you know, with the siren, and then all the stuff that went on with Comstock House there, and trying to get Elizabeth back at that creepy level. You kind of lost sight of it, so the fact that the game is kicking up a notch here for the finale is really much appreciated, and it's quite an awesome finale, I do admit. Trying to use the possession more because there's a lot of automatons in this area, particularly turrets, but there's going to be quite a few patriots as well. And I really think I explained how it's best utilized, but I just didn't use it a whole lot as far as the possession goes and the possessing human enemies, because I bought that upgrade for a reason right at the beginning of the game and barely used it. Doesn't hurt to get a 2-for-1 there with the undertow. Although actually this guy didn't go over the railing there. You finished him off.
This should clear him.
Alright, let's drop all the Patriots off of the sky rail. Hopefully they'll stay in Columbia wherever they land. Maybe they don't have maybe they only last a certain amount of time. Maybe they run on batteries or something. I don't know. I don't know how automatons work, so I know they were very unreliable, very difficult to maintain running when they actually did exist, but I don't think there's an automaton that you could make even today that would be able to operate a machine gun like that. But, you know, let's suspend our disbelief here. This game is all about suspension of disbelief anyway, so. Almost done with that turret. Thankfully we got some more ammo there from Elizabeth. Oh, how we missed you so much. Alright, so now we dropped off all the Patriots. We can ride the sky rail up to the next level of the ship. I'm looking for, you can set down pretty much anywhere you want to up on the second level, but I kind of want to be careful where I set down at, because there's going to be a whole nother wave of guys up here, and I want to be close to some resources, so this will do nicely. There are some inner rooms of the ship here on this level that I want to explore, some of the you know, barracks, living quarters, dining areas, that kind of thing, just the typical stuff that any ship of this size should have, whether it be aquatic or airborne, whatever. So I need to get in there, but unfortunately some of them require locks and to be picked, and Elizabeth cannot pick them in combat. So we're going to have to take these guys out first. Yeah, this thing has got Patriot pods all over it. Like, this thing is ready for war. But yeah, it's like, you really wonder at this point, you know, before you actually get to the ending. My frame rate is dropping really bad here. What's going on? No, you don't wonder that. You wonder, you know, like, who is Comstock and what does he know? How much does he know about this, if, like, us and how we've altered Columbia, and does he still think we're the same Booker that existed in this timeline that got killed, being the martyr for the Vox? You know, what does he think we are? Only time will tell, ladies and gentlemen. So I swept over to the sniper rifle again, which is going to be very, very, very handy. And this is going to be, as I've already used it enough, this is going to be one of the better places to use that too, because we have some long-range, narrow encounters here with these guys. There's a, you probably heard it there with the rocket launcher, and I know I've mentioned this before, but there is a music cue for whenever you, like a brief little audio cue whenever you kill somebody. So even if you don't actually see the final shot that kills them, you do get a confirmation. A lot of games do that. I'm sure there's a game design reason for it, and if it wasn't there, I can say I would miss it. But it's pretty obvious when you get a headshot what the confirmation sound effect is. But when you get a kill through other means, it's a more lower pitch type of tone instead of that sharp chime that you get there.
I don't know.
Alright, so we're trying to clear out the pods on this level, and it's taking a while, so we got to defend ourselves in the meantime. There's a hand cannon there on one of those weapon racks we could pick up if we ran out of ammo for the sniper rifle. But I want to have the sniper rifle from now until the end of the game. So I could drop it for the hand cannon and use all the ammo in that, and pick up the sniper rifle again. But ideally, I want to have the sniper rifle from now until the end of the game. It's very, very critical to my final encounter strategy. So a lot of these Vox are coming up off their airships here, and they're starting to show up with some bigger firepower too. They're starting to get Zeppelins of their own, and it's getting scary up here. So we're really running on a time crunch here, because eventually the Vox are just going to overwhelm us. So we really don't have a whole lot of time to deal with all this. We need to get in here, you know, do what we need, and leave, because we're going to be overrun before too long here. But as far as gameplay goes, you know, you only have to fight a certain number of enemies. I'm just speaking metaphorically here for the story.
Sure is taking its time.
And you can snipe a lot of those guys as they're coming off of the dropships. The only problem is we're going to have another wave of enemies coming soon here that's got a Patriot on it. So we definitely want to be careful of that. This is actually a very dense group of enemies that includes, I think, some beasts as well. So I may want to break out the Undertow for that to help deal with it. There's the Patriot. I think we have enough Patriots on our side to counteract that one that the Vox is bringing in, don't you? Yeah, not that they would listen to us anyway. That would just be a really dumb alternative to the final encounter, fighting a whole army of Patriots all at the same time.
Overtake this.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in this scene, so I feel like that's why the frame rate is dropping. That Patriot is way over on that barge over there, so we're taking unfair amounts of damage from across the map from him. I can't even clearly get a shot on a guy from that far away with the crank gun, and he has no problem with it. Doubt I'll be using this turret over here, but it's there. Also, a brief reminder, because I know I haven't really used it all that much, and I probably will not use it before the end of the game, but the return to sender is pretty good against Patriots because of the quantity of shots they fire at you. You can absorb damage while firing your primary fire at them, because, you know, your trigger hand is shooting your weapon and your offhand is absorbing the damage from them, which you can then proceed to launch back at them. So it's a good way of dealing with them, but it just consumes all of your... it probably will consume most of your salts doing it, trying to cast it. So just be careful of that. Man, there's pods all over this ship. I really got to be careful, though, because I was trying to lure in that Patriot with the Undertow there, and I lured in that Beast instead. But I've got rockets for days, so it's okay. Really running low on health here, though. I love how goofy these Vox Patriots look. They just look so ridiculous. Also, the Vox Patriots have radically different dialogue than the Founder Patriots, if I didn't say so before. Alright, let's see if we can get these guys with a critical hit from the back there. Alright, good job. Come on, Elizabeth, whatever you got, I'm going to need it fast. I'm gotta get to those health kits there. There's a hailfire there if I wanted it too. I think I'll go ahead and see if I can't take these Patriots out with it. I think one of them is dealing damage to the other because they're so close to each other right now. Hopefully that splash damage is going to come in handy. I wish I had the overkill when I picked that up, but I guess I won't need it. It would have really come in handy for the final battle, though. Just die already! Whew. That was intense. That's just the Booker DeWitt way. Is you see a big weapon, you pick it up, you empty it on the spot, and then you drop it back down again.
Can you open this?
I'll see what I can do.
There might be like another turret or enemy on the ship still on this level, but it's not going to bother us if we're so far away, and we can finally get out of combat to open up these rooms down here. God, some of these heads are just creepy. There is a voxophone here.
Our contraption shows us the girl is the flame that shall ignite the world. My brother says we must undo what we have done. But time is more an ocean than a river. Why try to bring in a tide that will only again go out?
Did you take a
We
look
can
at
just
this
kind of
lock?
march through the center of the ship here, and there's another room in here. I think that door was also locked from the other side, so by opening it from within like that is the only way to get that door to open. Looks like they're building these things from scratch inside here. Alright, this is one of the last gear drops we're going to get in the game. Not really that great. You would have to be low on health to really utilize it, so it's definitely one that involves taking a lot of risk. So I'm not really going to go for that one, but it's there. Again, all of these are worth experimenting with because they're so radically different. Some much needed rockets there so I can continue my barrage. Again, this is probably going to be my setup for the end of the game, guys, so if you don't have all these damage upgrades and you don't have these two weapons, you're going to be out of luck. Now, granted, you can get the sniper rifle and the rocket launcher in the final encounter, so we don't have to really worry about that, but you're going to need it, trust me. Alright, so let's go back up to the top level of the Hand of the Prophet and get inside. God, it's such a massive ship.
But you've always had a knack for self-destruction. Who's to say you won't beat me to the punch?